ध्यान करें। Once again, I heartily welcome all Apex and Zone senior dignitaries in our event on Zoom. Now I would like to invite our dynamic and energetic young Shri Kushal Raj Bansali ji, Zone Chairman Gujarat, to open this event and give his vision on this program through economic empowerment. Over to Kushal.
जय जिनेंद्र।
जय जिनेंद्र कुशल।
चरम पीठाधिपति आदिनाथ दादा के चरणों में कोटि कोटि वंदन। I welcome our Apex President Shri Suresh Mutha, my icon Apex Chairman Shri Ganpat Raj Chaudhary, all the celebrities of Jito, zone conveners, zone chairmen, zone presidents, chapter chairmen, chapter secretaries, और इस पल में जब मकर संक्रांति की पूर्व वेला में हम जब एक 15 जनवरी कल के जो कोवैक्सीन रिलीज हो रही है उसके पहले ये इवेंट करते हुए हर्ष अनुभव कर रहे हैं। It's a proud moment to us when today the sky was full of colors and today when I see the same webinar full of colors with dignitaries from all over world. Dubai chapter has given us a great impetus by joining in this program. We have members from Uganda. We have all the dignitaries from each chapters of India. Sir, it's a proud moment for us, enlightening us such a great event. Jito Professional Forum के Apex Chairman श्री अजय जी बोरा, डायरेक्टर इंचार्ज श्री मिलिंद भाई और हमारे एस्टीम गेस्ट नीलेश भाई और अभी जो शूटिंग में व्यस्त है और ऑन वे है हमारे प्रतीक भाई, अभिषेक जी हमारे जीतो पैटर्न मेंबर, हमारे ये पूरे इवेंट को शेप आउट करने के लिए नयन and all the dignitaries. Sir, when it comes to a professional, we would like to see that all our Jitoites become professional in their total approach. Because the moment जो start हो रहे अभी 50,000 का equity index, web series की highest watchers, OTT के platform में जो सबसे बड़ा disruption आ रहा है, उसी तरह की live disruption 2021 को भी हम face कर पाए, वो आज की event highlight करेगी, insights देगी. So I welcome you all and सबसे ज़्यादा नितेश जी, मैं जितना आपके बारे में कहूँ कम, the way you have driven the event, the excitement you have created, there's no words to us. And all my Gujarat team members, the way you have been driving to me, आज दिन में मेरे पास 50 फोन आए, सर इवेंट टाइम से स्टार्ट करना, बहुत कुछ सीखना हमें और प्रोफेशनल फोरम में आप ऐसे इवेंट्स देना, और सबसे बड़ी बात है सुरेश जी, आज हमारे एक पैटर्न से चीप पैटर्न में कन्वर्ट हो गए, because it's the power of Jito. So I welcome you all, and it's a great grand start. Thank you, and I don't have words to tell you that I'm so happy. In this new year, we can start with such a big event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kushal ji, for your valuable insight. It is wonderful to hear from you. Now, I would like to invite Jito President Shri Suresh ji Mutha ji for his thoughts. Suresh ji, please.
Jai Jinendra to all of you, all the Jito family members who have logged in today from different parts of the world, and wish you all a very, very happy Makar Sankranti. I think first of all, I would like to congratulate Jito Gujarat Zone and Jito Professional Forum for putting up together a wonderful program such as this. I think it is not only entertaining us, it is also going to teach us a lot of things. So I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome Sri Nilesh Shah and Sri Pratik Ji Gandhi, who is not yet logged in, and welcome to the platform of Jito. I think we are all honored and privileged to have you here. And the next 45 minutes, I'm sure is going to be really power packed and a lot of learning as we go along the program. I think kudos to this Gujarat zone and JPF again. This is like a very unique program that you have curated. This serial Scam 1992, which just got launched during our COVID period. I think this has already created a buzz. Even I had watched this program. For whatever reasons, Harshad Bhai Mehta was known for, whether the good or bad, I'm not going into that. But I think the exemplary, the analytical mind and the logical reasoning that he had are the takeaways. I mean, for me, those were the takeaways. And I think I would request everybody to watch this very, very carefully and keenly and just take the positive insights of that program. And I think Pratik Ji Gandhi brought life into this character. It was a historical event, 1992. Most of us were very young. Some of you were maybe, in your less than your teenagers, you were like doing your schooling. So you wouldn't even know the relevance of Harshad Mehta in the Indian economy. But I think even today, he continues to be relevant. And Pratik Ji Gandhi really brought life into this character. And, he took us back in the lane of memory and we could recollect what a powerful personality he was. So thanks Pratik Ji for, you are a great artist, a very, very talented. And I think you really, really infused life into this character of Harshad Mehta in this program. So I'm sure all of us are going to learn a lot, and Nilesh Bhai Shah doesn't need an introduction. I think we are all in for some great learning sessions. So with that, I would thank you all for supporting this event, from far and wide in large numbers. Please do take advantage, be very attentive and careful in listening to what these, personalities have to say. And we carry back something as takeaway, lots and lots of learning. So thank you, Ajay Bhai and Milind Bhai and Kushal Ji for putting up this great program. And thank you all of the office bearers and people who have worked at the background for putting up this program. I may not be able to recollect all the names, but I'm really, from the bottom of my heart, I really sincerely appreciate on behalf of Jito for all the good work that you're doing. So have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful learning session. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Suresh Bhai. Very well captured the essence of the program. And as you rightly mentioned, many of were just in the schools, but fortunately I was young enough to be in the market at that point in time and have actually lived the entire episode. I know the entire sequence of the event, how the thing panned out, because I just entered the market in 1990. So lots of memories, and but we call him Harshad Bhai. Even today I call him Harshad Bhai because he was the person who was behind the equity cult that started in India. So we have Himanshu Bhai with us today, who is again a veteran in the stock market, who can also give a lots of insight about the market. So over to Himanshu Bhai. Himanshu Bhai, please.
Thank you very much. Jai Dhirendra, all of you. First, welcome Suresh Ji, Mutha Ji, my dear friend Ganpat Ji, and Milind Bhai. You always smiling. That's like good. Ajay Ji, Bora Ji, and Kushal Ji Bansali, John Chairman. My dear friend Nilesh को बहुत सालों बाद मिलना हुआ इसी प्लेटफॉर्म से, एंड प्रतीक जी गांधी जिन्होंने पूरा जब स्टार्ट हुआ था ना स्टॉक मार्केट वो याद दिला दिया 92 में, मतलब 90 से हमने जर्नी स्टार्ट की थी स्टॉक मार्केट की, और जो वो पीरियड था 92 का वो बिकॉज ऑफ बरसत भाई कि ऐसा लगा कि ये मार्केट जैसा कोई मार्केट नहीं था. मैं प्लस माइनस कुछ उसमें नहीं जाना चाहता हूँ सूरज जी की तरह, लेकिन उन्होंने मेरी तो लाइफ बनाई, तो मैं उसको हर बार रिमेम्बर करता हूँ, याद करता हूँ. अरशद भाई ने वो एक नजरिया क्लियर कर दिया था पूरे इंडिया में कि स्टॉक मार्केट बहुत बड़ी चीज है। सब लोग स्टॉक मार्केट की बात करते थे बिकॉज ऑफ हिम। 90s में इतना कोई जानता नहीं था, लेकिन 91 92 बिकॉज ऑफ हिम पूरे लोग हर्षद मेहता की वजह से स्टॉक मार्केट को जानने लगते थे। और इसी वजह से जैसे बहुत लोग, मेरी अपनी खुद की एक दूं कि मैं एक स्टार्ट जब किया तो बहुत तकलीफ में था, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ अरशद भाई मैंने अपनी जर्नी वहां से स्टार्ट की, आज तक मुड़ के नहीं देखा। तो उनको मैं हर बार अप्रिशिएट करता हूं। और ये जो प्रोग्राम बना है दैट्स अ गुड, आज की तारीख में रिक्वायरमेंट है। नीलेश भी एक मार्केट का ऐसा बंदा है कि जिससे सुनने के बाद आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कहाँ करना, कैसे करना, किस तरह करना, उससे ज्यादा कोई अच्छा नहीं जानता है। और प्रतीक जी जिन्होंने इस अरशद भाई की जो एक्टिंग की और जिस तरह से पुराने दिन याद कराए, तो थैंक्स ये प्रोग्राम करने के लिए। और मिलन भाई ऐसे प्रोग्राम करते रहिए आप, बहुत मजा आएगा, हम आपके साथ हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू हिमांशु भाई। जैसे आपने बताया कि जैसे हर्षद भाई, आज भी भाई बोलने का दिल करता है, सच में बोलता हूँ, कोई डाउट ही नहीं इसमें तो। एंड ही हैज बीन अ स्टेपिंग फाउंडेशन, हमारे काफी लोगों का फाउंडेशन उन्होंने बताया। एंड पुराने दिन की भी याद दिलवा दी, जैसे कर्ब में सौदे होते थे या फिर अपोलो टायर्स में कैसी मूवमेंट आई थी। लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग्स वी हैव एक्चुअली लिव्ड इट। थैंक यू हिमांशु भाई फॉर पुटिंग द थिंग्स इन प्लेस। नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट अजय जी बोहरा to address all of us on the behalf of JPF. He is the JPF chairman, and under Ajay Bhai's leadership, JPF has done wonderful things, and it has really formed a wonderful base for everyone to take it forward. Over to Ajay Bhai.
Yeah, thank you, Milind Bhai. Welcome everyone. What a pleasure it is to be doing this program today. We welcome all the Apex dignitaries, attendees, and the big bulls of today's program, Sri Nilesh Ji Shah and also Pratik Ji Gandhi. As we all know, adversity causes some people to break and others to break records. Well, equity markets has been breaking all records these days, and also the web series starring Pratik Ji Gandhi has broken records of all time. So Jito Professional Forum is a vertical of Jito, which connects professionals such as doctors, lawyers, architects, bankers, and financial service professionals to the business community for learning and growth. Those are the two critical objectives. Today, Jito Professional Forum is really pleased and honored to present two stars to celebrate their success and learn from them. They'll both share their perspectives, learnings, and insights. Investment in knowledge always pays the best return. So let's buckle up and listen to this knowledge sharing session with two great stars of India. And also with us, we have Nayanji Jain and Abhishek ji will be, is not here today, but Nayanji is Jain is from Ahmedabad, and he's the one who first identified the future star or the future winner, as it's called in the stock picking. He's with us. Welcome, Nayanji. He was the producer of the first movie which identified Pratik ji, named Wrong Side Raju. Thank you. With that, over to you, Nitesh ji.
Thank you, Ajay ji, for the wonderful insight of Nilesh ji and the market and the JPF. Thank you very much. I would like to go over to the biography of Nilesh and more detail about the program. So I just connecting to the details of a program. Dear all, Scam 1992 Harshad Mehta story has received the best word of mouth from viewers. In real time, Pratik Gandhi's performance has turned out to be winner. It has garnered the IMDb rating 9.6, and it has been dictated as the best series not in India but also globally. Today we are going to interact with Mr. Pratik Gandhi to understand the web series trivia and his success story as an individual, along with the understanding the risk and opportunity in the real life. We'll also interact with Mr. Nilesh Shah, real-time stock market stalwart, and we will understand from him financial market strategies, current market direction, emerging investment opportunities in different sectors and stocks. We'll also understand their views and counter views on the risk. So not taking much of our time, I'll share biography of Nilesh in our event called Equity Market, Risk Hai To Ishq Hai. Before I read on the biography, Milind, can we have music? correctly said, risk hai to isk hai. So I'm just going through profile of Mr. Nilesh Shah. Mr. Nilesh Shah is the founder and chief executive officer of Envision Capital. He has over 27 years of experience in corporate finance and asset management. Prior to Envision, Nilesh was president of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management, where he led the investment team responsible for managing and advising $1.2 billion of equity assets. During this period, Kotak Mahindra Asset Management received several awards and was ranked as one of the most successful asset management firms in India. He spearheaded the investment team responsible for advising the Kotak India Midcap Fund. He also managed the Fortune 1, Fortune 3, which delivered the substantial outperformance through bottom-up stock picking. Prior to asset management, he spent 8 years in corporate finance at Kotak and SDFC Group. Nilesh holds a CFA degree from ICFAI, where he ranked All India first in CFA preliminary levels, and a postgraduate in management from IRMA, Institute of Rural Management, Anand, where he was a valedictorian. He is the recipient of several academic and professional awards. He has been awarded the Achiever Award by JC, a global youth organization spread over 100 countries. In 2011, he was invited by the Columbia Business School as a speaker on investing and finding the value in India. With this note, I would like to give my heartiest welcome to Mr. Nilesh Shah, owner Envision Capital.
Pratik, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Pratik ji, can we hear you? Pratik ji, can you hear us?
Yes, yes. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi,
Hi,
welcome.
Pratik bhai,
Hello. Can you all
welcome.
hear me? Thank you very much. And I'm so sorry, I'm in absolutely a no network zone here. So I was just trying to, get in touch with you all.
Okay, that's super awesome. But nice to hear you here. Yeah,
Thank
all
you.
of us are really excited to have you on board here. And yeah, and Nitesh ji, please.
Yeah, Pratik ji, thank you for joining us. Pratik, I'm just reading through the biography of Pratik bhai. Mr. Pratik Gandhi has found resounding success with his latest web series Scam 1992, which is now streaming on Sony Live. He's portraying the character of Harshad Mehta, who has been in the news for his brilliance and fraud with the stock market. Pratik Gandhi is a passionate and hardworking actor and has dabbled with different mediums such as the theatre, movies, and now OTT platforms to showcase his talent. His induction to the world of stagecraft happened at early age and has continued to light the spark within him. He is an artist who dabbled between his passion for theatre and engineering and juggled between his corporate job and as an actor on the stage. One of his notable monologue, Mohan's Masala, a monologue on Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, created history where it entered the Limca Book of World Records as the monologue was performed in 3 languages, Hindi, English, and Gujarati on the same day at the same venue. His Gujarati film also have been runaway success such as Beyar. His next film, Wrong Side Raju, became the commercially and critically successful and went on to win the National Award for the best Gujarati film. So this is all about Pratik Gandhi. Thank you very much for joining us, Pratik bhai.
Thank you very much for having me.
So Pratik bhai, can we go ahead with the Jugalbandi with you and Nilesh?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. So Pratik bhai, we want to know so many things from you. So I'm sure we'll able to get lots of answers about you, yourself, and your career also.
Sure.
So Pratik, I think almost everybody over here is aware that along with the artist, you are also qualified industrial engineer. Why you took the risk of leaving your corporate job after 10 years
Yes.
and getting into acting as your full-time job? Did you evaluate the risk?
Well, as far as the evaluation of risk is concerned, I don't know. I had been working in both these fields since a long time.
Yeah.
So, it was always there on my mind, and acting has almost become my second nature because I started working on stage doing theaters since my school time. So it was never thought that I'll become one day because it was so came very natural to me to go on storm or to interact with people on theaters. I never, but at the same time, now when I look back, I actually took that decision. Started working in one of the corporates as an assistant manager, and when I resigned, I was general manager. My profile was very interesting, and I was equally passionate there also. So I used this to have a multi-passion disorder. People things at a time, and I would do everything. I would learn everything. Having said, as far as the risk concerned, so if you keep getting what you get. So unless that leap of no drastic, I was to see in my life, and I always felt that fail early, fail fast.
Pratik ji, I think if you switch off your video, probably it could be a bit better. Pratik ji, are you with us?
Nilesh,
Yeah.
did you have any sudden sectoral shift during your career? Or while investing, sectoral shift is very much essential? How do you look at the risk?
As of course the series says, risk hai to ishq hai, and obviously at every point of time you actually continue to do a lot of ishq and risk with each individual sectors, and over a period of time, a lot of sectors become your favorites. But I think clearly from just basically looking at businesses which require capital, to kind of starting to look at sectors which are built on IP, on technology, innovation, I think are clearly the sectors which have become my favorites. So initially, I used to always think that these sectors have a lot of risk, but over a period of time, I have begun to feel that इसमें risk नहीं है, ये sectors के साथ इश्क करो. So that is something which I have over a period of time evolved as an investor.
So, in the word of Harshit Mehta web series, is something like market में सबसे बड़ा जोखिम ना लेना है?
100%. I think clearly the biggest risk which today savers and investors have is to not be investing. See, look at it today. In the times of the period of Harshad Mehta, 25, 30 years back, or whatever that period was, I mean, interest rates were 12%, 15%, 18%. Okay. So to not be in equity markets was pretty okay because you made your money elsewhere. Today, with bank rate of interest at 4-5%, with gold itself so volatile, and real estate and property being so opaque or illiquid, where is the option? The only option is to be in equity markets. And if you are not in equity market, I think you are taking the biggest risk of your life.
I completely agree, Nilesh. In recent past, in April crash, many investors asked me, what is the risk in equity? And my answer was, risk is if you do not buy. So I think is the correct way you answered it.
And on that note, Nitesh, like I think in March, April, what was it? Everybody was fearful, right? I mean, it was dar everywhere. Everybody could only see risk. Everybody could only see dar. And I would want to say that basically, darna zaruri hai, lekin dar ke aage jeet bhi hai. So basically, people who took the risk then, today are the big winners in 9 months. So that is what essentially the markets and investing is all about.
Nilesh, we have one JPF event coming up tomorrow regarding COVID and vaccine, actually. A lot of buzz is going around in pharma industry with China trust deficit. How do you peg pharma industry and opportunities therein?
Pharma, according to me, is probably the biggest and the best opportunity which India has. This is India's time to be the pharmacy of the world. Over the last 20, 30 years, Indian pharma companies have built scale, they have built a lot of credibility, and that was evident during COVID time when basically the first medicine or the remedy for COVID basically was something which got shipped out from India. And I think building on that, the opportunity is huge. And just to give you an example, the global pharma market is of about $1 trillion. $1 trillion is essentially the size of the global pharma market. Okay, of that, the revenues of all Indian pharma companies is only $40 billion, about $40 to $45 billion, of which exports is only about $16 billion. So yet, in an opportunity which is $1 trillion, the share of India in that global opportunity is only about $15 to $20 billion, which is insignificant. And India as a country has some of the most highest number of approved facilities from the US FDA. So if there is one sector which has potential for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that according to me is pharma. And I think if you do not have pharma, if you don't own pharma as an investor, I think that is an important risk which you run as an investor.
Thank you, Nilesh. That's a very detailed answer. Thank you very much.
We have Pratik. Pratik, can you hear us?
He's there, Milind bhai. He's there. Just a
Yeah.
second. Yeah.
Okay. Pratik, now a question is
Yeah,
to
hello.
you.
Yeah.
Hi. Pratik, the question for you is now,
Please.
okay,
Hello.
when we have a ladder to success, okay, so there are sometimes failures also, okay. And after having seen success of Wrong Side, Raju, Bayar, and of course this blockbuster Scam 92, okay. So how you look at the real life failures, how you faced it, and how was the journey from failures to super. I mean, it can be supra major success when the world is talking about it. How you look at this entire scape?
I think this entire cycle is very interesting and everyone goes through it. We even go through it. I mean, I'm sure that all the businessmen also here will agree that they constantly, try to experiment with new things. And there are two outcome of any experiment. Either it works or it doesn't. But even if it doesn't work, there is still an outcome. It is still an experiment which gives you, that is the result. There are two results always. So largely at a society, at society level, we have understood one thing, or we have been fed differently, that the outcome of an experiment is failure, then you are a failure, which is so wrong as a thought process. Because if someone the experiment, that itself gives another way. Because you have learned something new out of that failure. And that's the overall mantra which has me throughout my life till now. And as I said, that fail early, fail fast works wonderfully as an individual, because I risk at an early age, as early as possible. And then I learn from them, and then I for myself. I've been reading myself over and over again. If I say I'm a failure for myself, I would say is in 12th standard. Because after having scored good marks in 10th, as the Gujarat system was such that after 10th, I had only two options, commerce and science. And I had scored 88% in 10th. So then, and I always wanted to be a doctor in the beginning. So when I did not score that much in 12th standard, I actually felt that first failure. And I did not even get admission directly in degree. So I had to choose a route of diploma engineering, then 1 year of job, then another 3 years of degree. So I guess I completed engineering in 5 years, whereas all my classmates, all my friends, they completed in 4 years. So there was always this, failure in my mind, that now how will I make it up in my life? Because I'm already late. But all this failure, all these delays in life taught me a lot of things. So I think failure is the biggest teacher ever.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, it has been actually a roller coaster ride for you. I can say that after hearing what you've gone through, perhaps. Okay. And I just during the course of knowing more about you, I just came to know that you didn't have the money to pay the donation also at point in time. But then it's your own guts that you called up that principal directly. And incidentally, that college happens to be in Maharashtra, in Jalgaon. So Pratik called that principal directly and ensured the admission without paying any donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Pratik, as you rightly pointed out, succeed fast or fail fast. That's the mantra of a new age entrepreneurs. And as you rightly pointed out, failure is not the last thing. That is not something that defines your fate. इसीलिए अभी जो नए entrepreneurs है, so if you look at the startup ecosystem, so people have some failures, but then end up doing something really wonderful, and which can change or materially change the way people live or the way world lives. Thank you so much. That has been really awesome. And just taking a cue from what Pratik said just now, Nilesh, I have a question for you. Now, if you look at the market per se, right? So we had a sudden fall when this pandemic started around the March 2000. Then we hit the bottom around April or May, perhaps. Okay, so that we can say a sort of a failure. Okay, but then rebounds now is a new top. Okay, so how we look at this thing from the market perspective?
No, I think these kind of cycles are part and parcel. What is very important is that with these kind of corrections, with these kind of falls, or with these kind of crashes, the market actually becomes even more and more stronger. Like individually, personally, professionally, whenever we have setbacks in our careers, in our professions, and what we essentially do is to basically learn from those setbacks and ensure that we don't repeat some of those mistakes, and we kind of in a way become even better and even stronger. So we build from strength to strength. Pretty much market is like this. Market has essentially been starting from maybe whatever the levels of 1,000 or whatever they were in terms of the Sensex 25, 30 years back. We are at today, we are at 50,000 on the Sensex, almost at 50,000 on the Sensex. And going forward, I still believe that this is only the start. India is still only a developing economy. We are not yet even a $3 trillion economy. We would soon get to $5 trillion economy and even $10 trillion economy. And we would probably have a day when from a developing market, we become a developed market. And the kind of appreciation and the wealth creation which happens over a period of time is quite significant. So first of all is that not to be too fearful and not to be too worried about these kind of corrections. These corrections will only give you an opportunity to kind of step in, participate, buy more. And I think it gives you a wonderful opportunity to buy excellent businesses, excellent stocks at very reasonable to discounted prices. This is pretty much like a sale which happens when some of these big consumer internet companies announce discount sales, or retailers announce discount sales, and we all queue up to go out there and buy our fashion and apparel and some of these other products, electronic gadgets at 30% discount, 50% discount. Market also gives you these kind of opportunities. Of course, these opportunities don't come every day or every week, but they do come at reasonably regular intervals. And that is really the time where you have to essentially embrace this opportunity and ensure that you are there sufficiently there and sufficiently participating when essentially better days comes, when Achhe Din comes, when the market scales even higher and higher levels. And I am quite positive that over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, we are going to see significant appreciation, and we are going to see markets, of course, scaling significantly higher highs. So this is essentially, markets are always like valleys and peaks. What we see in nature, what we see around us, pretty much is the case with markets. And I think we have to keep climbing these higher peaks and be participant and be part of this wonderful journey and this wonderful marathon that we are so fortunate to be in our great nation.
Oh, very nicely summed up. That can, that shows the complete scape, how the investment is going to pan out and how the India story is going to unfold. And I can tag this, Pratik, if you can hear me, can you have that quote? Success kya hai, failure? You have some sort of dialogue there. Can you please next?
I think Pratik Bhai is not there, so I'll have a question for Nilesh first. Nilesh, market swings on emotion. Example is some good news or bad news. How do you handle that? Did it happen when your stock from 10 beggars become 1 and because of an emotional block?
Yeah, so see, that is the beauty. That is the beauty about markets, that markets essentially need fundamentals, market needs liquidity. And the third aspect, of course, is essentially the emotional kind of aspect. And I think somebody who can manage his emotions very well, and it's pretty much like our daily life. If you can manage your emotions well, life is wonderful. And I think similar to do with investments, with markets, that there's a saying that when others are fearful, be greedy. So clearly, whenever you see these opportunities in the market, when you see these kind of corrections, you have to ensure that basically you are there to essentially take part in that opportunity and move ahead. And these things will happen. There is a situation at times which also happens that when you own wonderful companies, wonderful businesses, but just because of market sentiment, stocks do tank. But I think what you have to be very sure about is that the stocks you own are essentially great businesses. These are companies which are going to grow from strength to strength. It's only when the business of a company grows will it essentially be rewarding for you in the very long term. So I think as long as you are owning great businesses, you don't need to be worried, and you have to essentially make somebody else's emotions your big advantage, and ensure that you end up being hugely successful out of these kind of situations in the market.
Very important is control on greed, actually. Nilesh, how do you see things between greed and fear? We have seen bull and bear market. So how to manage emotions along with the bull and bear market then?
Yeah, so the way there are two sides of a coin, I mean, you have in the market, you have a bull and a bear. In a balance sheet, you have assets and liabilities, right? In an income statement, you have profit and loss, you have revenue and expenses. Similarly, fear and greed is something pretty much two sides of the same coin. And I think clearly these are the two aspects which really, in a way, over a period of time, define an investor. And this is something which you develop over a period of time. It comes in with experience, and that is very, very, very important. People say that we all keep talking about research, and in very normal, crude terms, this is called that nazar honi chahiye, khabar honi chahiye. I mean, I would probably say that research honi chahiye. And like in the web series, you have risk hai to ishq hai. According to me, research hai to ishq hai. But going a step beyond that it is not just khabar and nazar, but what you need is jigar and sabr. These two things, according to me, are very, very important, which is essentially that you need to have the strength, you need to have the gumption to take on risk, and you have to have patience. Keep in mind, trees don't grow overnight. It takes its own time. Seeds become plants, plants become trees. And I think investing is pretty much similar. So along with fear, greed, understanding that, you need to ensure that you have the inner strength, you have the ability to take the risk, to see the volatility in the market, and along that also requires a lot of patience, a lot of sabr. So that, according to me, are equally important psychological aspects when you are an investor and when you are in the market.
Correctly said, Nilesh. But if company doesn't deliver, then what do you do?
Yeah, when companies don't deliver, you have to exit. There is no choice. I think there is no scope for emotions there. And keep in mind, the market is not there to oblige you. When you have essentially made an investment and the investment is not performing, or the company is not performing, you have to learn to exit. It's something what we normally call in the market a stop loss. So of course, stop loss is something used by traders, but stop loss is also investors also need to have that stop loss, and that stop loss need not be necessarily priced, but it should be that where you are continuously watching the business, which I said earlier, that business का नजर होना चाहिए, that business पे नजर होना चाहिए, company पे नजर होनी चाहिए. So you have to keep watching, and the day you realize that this is a company which is not going to grow in the future, don't be emotional about the price at which you've made the investment. Be ready to exit and move on, and be in the search or the quest for that next big opportunity in the market. The market is not going to oblige you by trying to ensure that the price comes back so that you can exit.
Thank you, Nilesh.
So Nilesh, I have one question for you. शेयर मार्केट में लोग किस्मत पे विश्वास करते हैं या कीमत पे? And how you look at it?
No, I think fine.
So Nilesh, I have one question for you. शेयर मार्केट में लोग किस्मत पे विश्वास करते हैं या कीमत पे? and how you look at it?
No, I think finally it is Kimat. It is the price you pay for your investment and the price you get when you exit. I think that is far more important. Kismat is basically luck, and luck, according to me, is when opportunity meets preparedness. So you have to essentially always do your homework well, do your research well, study your companies well, be very confident about their fundamentals, and it is essentially this: your study, your research, your homework, which is essentially going to help you to kind of bring your conviction. And when there is basically volatility and when there is risk all around us, it is only that homework, that research, and that conviction which is going to help us basically master our emotions and not be too worried about our kismat, and to ensure that we remain focused on kimat. So according to me, kimat is way more important than kismat.
Okay, awesome.
Pratik ji is here now. Yeah.
अभी प्रतीक जी को मैं मेरे फोन पे ले रहा हूँ एक्चुअली, सो कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल पे लेके आई विल ट्राई टू पैच हिम इन. ओके, so just to take it a little forward, Nilesh, market is at 30p right now, and certain stocks are trading at 80p. Okay, so do you think there is still space in the market for the stocks or the market for say to go up?
Oh, I think there are plenty of opportunities. There are so many of these high quality, high growth, capital efficient companies, which I think are going to be several multiple times in comparison to what their prices are today. I think, even if you leave out some of these very expensive, very high P stocks, there is enough to pick and choose from. There are 3,000 companies which are listed in the market. Now, even if you say that 10, 20, 30 companies are trading at very high P multiples, there is still a lot of playground left for you to basically go out there and score. So even if you don't look at those bottom 1,000, 2,000 companies, but you look at the top 100, 200, 300 companies and leave out these 10, 20 companies, there are still another 50, 100, 200 companies out there left for you to really pick and ensure that you can build a portfolio, a high quality portfolio of outstanding companies.
Okay, that's amazing. Now I have a question for Pratik. Pratik, जैसे अभी नीलेश भाई ने बताया कि शेयर मार्केट में तो किस्मत से ज्यादा कीमत पे भरोसा किया जाता है, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट. अभी कीपिंग इट पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ द फिल्म्स, तो वहां पर आप किस्मत पे भरोसा करते हो या फिर एफर्ट्स पे करते हो? क्या किस्मत ही ज्यादा रोल प्ले करती है? हाउ यू लुक एट इट?
ऐसी चीज है जो हमारे हाथ में है नहीं, और इस फील्ड में, हमारे फील्ड में तो एक्चुअली ऐसा कहा जाता है दैट लक का फील्ड है, टैलेंट एक चीज है, लक एक चीज है. बिकॉज पर ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग एक डेफिनेशन मैंने कहीं पढ़ी थी और वो मतलब मेरे जहन में ऐसी घुस चुकी है कि लक और किस्मत तभी काम करती है जब अपॉर्चुनिटी और प्रिपरेशन एक दूसरे के साथ मिल पाए. If you are prepared and you have no opportunities, you can't be lucky. And if you have an opportunity but if you are not prepared, you can't be lucky. So it goes both the way. और जिस तरह फिल्म में या हमारे फील्ड की बात अगर मैं करूं तो सबसे ज्यादा काम जो करता है वो है गट फील. As an actor, the way I select my script or the way I select a project to be part of is purely on the basis of gut feel. If I read the script, if that gives me enough kick to create an interesting character, if that gives me enough understanding that the kind of people I'm going to work with and I'm going to learn a lot of things, then that excitement is more than enough for me to be a part of it.
Okay, that's wonderful. Nitish bhai.
Yeah, Pratik, I'm just going back to my last question, which I asked you, which we couldn't hear answer from you, actually because of audio disturbance. Have you missed any big opportunity in your career because of an emotional decision which you are repenting now?
Not really, never actually. There are no emotional decisions which hampered the progress as such. पर हाँ, ऐसा एक दो बार जरूर हुआ है कि कुछ चीजें हाथ से छूट जाने के बाद ऐसा लगता था कि यार ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था. I wanted this badly. But eventually, I have understood that if that doesn't happen, it is good because वो कुछ अच्छी चीज उसके बाद मेरे हाथ में आई.
Okay.
एक्चुअली भाई हमको तो दिन में 10 बार लगता है, अरे ये शेयर लेने का रह गया, अरे ये बेचने का रह गया. This dilemma we face every minute.
And
I know, and I understand this completely, because when I was researching for the character that I was doing, and I met a lot of people, who were breathing this finance industry. मतलब उनका खाना पीना सोना सब शेयर मार्केट ही है. मतलब ऐसे लोगों के साथ बहुत बातचीत हुई मेरी, मैंने उनसे भी बहुत जाना. बट 80s 90s की रिंग के बारे में मैं जब रिसर्च कर रहा था इनके साथ मिलके, तो मुझे ये चीज वही पता चली कि एक ऐसा एड्रेनालिन रश था वो.
Yes, absolutely.
जब वो पहला बेल बजता है, ओपनिंग बेल और क्लोजिंग बेल, उसके बीच की जो लाइफ है, वो हमारी ऐसी लाइफ होती थी कि जब हमें लगता था कि हम खुद कुछ और बन गए. और तब उनकी दुनिया ही अलग होती थी, उनको आगे पीछे कुछ सुनाई नहीं देता था, दिखाई नहीं देता था. For them, that was the world. So I understand what you're saying.
I mean, I can just gauge how intensely you have worked on your character. Okay, and no wonder that Harshad was a big success, the Scam 92. I mean, the way you are speaking and the way you have captured the essence of the ring time. Okay, that really. I mean, मेरे सामने पूरा रिंग आपने खड़ा कर दिया 2 मिनट के लिए. So super amazing. Nitesh bhai, next one.
So this is very much related to Milind bhai ke what the Pratik has said. Emotion में आदमी हमेशा गलती करता है. So he has not done the galti, but he said he has missed the opportunity twice or thrice. Something different, Pratik. Every field is an ocean, and there are unlimited opportunities on OTT platforms and get global audience. Are you looking for a growth on OTT or in cinema?
So I think, as I guess all the investors also say, I mean, आप तो business world में ये चीजें बोलते ही होंगे, don't keep all the eggs in one basket. Diversify investment की जहाँ तक बात आप लोग भी करते ही होंगे, and that's how I guess mutual fund also works, is what in my limited understanding that I have understood. Similarly, as an actor, I want to explore all the formats. I want to learn all the formats so that, I should be relevant in recent times and in times to come. Because I constantly have to reevaluate myself and reinvent myself as an actor. OTT का एक ऐसा platform है. Now, if you learn, understand broadly, OTT is a mix of cinema and television.
Okay.
मतलब बेसिकली हम लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं कि थिएटर एक्टर का मीडियम है, टेलीविजन डायरेक्टर का मीडियम है, और टेलीविजन राइटर का मीडियम है, और फिल्म डायरेक्टर का मीडियम है. बट जहाँ ओटीटी की बात आती है, तो ओटीटी एक ऐसा मीडियम है वेयर डायरेक्शन, राइटिंग एंड परफॉर्मेंसेस, एवरीथिंग हैज कम अप टू वन लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड.
Correct.
और ये इसका भी एक नजरिया अलग बन गया है, इसकी एक अलग ऑडियंस भी बनती जा रही है. So I want to be, working in all these different fields, including myself.
Correct. That's really nice. Nilesh, just be continuing on what the Pratik has said. Actually, I got this idea from Pratik web series only, where he said कि share market इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है. Right, Nilesh? So, are you agreeing with this statement? Is it an opportunity or greed again, or one's ability to take risk in market?
No, I think this statement is very relevant even today. If you look at it today, the kind of the size of this market, the scale which companies have achieved, the size of the overall investment industry, I think that has grown so much that this was something which was unthinkable 20, 30 years back. And today India has become such a large economy, such a large market, and there are millions and crores of investors in India who now will have to shift a lot of their savings because of low interest rates to essentially the market. And I think the only way, one is of course market pyas bujha sakta hai, but of course the companies and the businesses have to perform. So they are actually the ones who can actually, in the sense, meet the thirst of essentially all the people who want to drink the water. So clearly, there is no doubt about it that this is a market which has tremendous potential. And one is, of course, investments from India or investments by our citizens and by our fellow citizens. But look at the kind of foreign investment which India is attracting. We are seeing record foreign direct investment. We are seeing record foreign portfolio investment. So this is not just about pure desh ki pyas, but पूरे दुनिया की प्यास बुझा सकता है ये मार्केट. दैट इज द पोटेंशियल. सो ये सिर्फ देश का मामला नहीं है, ये पूरे दुनिया का मामला भी हो चुका है.
Neeraj, then we require lots of stimulus actually to really get the पूरे दुनिया का प्यास बुझाने के लिए.
No, I think we are beneficial of that. There is, billions and trillions of dollars are getting printed out there. And India is still only receiving a small fraction of that. And we have seen the impact of all of that in the last 9 months, that the record investments have taken our markets to what heights. And I think we can receive a lot more flows from both India as well as the world. And as more and more companies get listed, today a lot of private companies are there. If those companies get listed, imagine the kind of universe of companies and the universe of investments that will happen. Many years back, billion-dollar company was considered to be a very big thing. Today, a billion-dollar company is considered to be like a small cap or a mid cap. That is how things have changed, and things will change quite dramatically. The reality is that one company called Apple in the US, its market cap is as much or bigger than the top 100, 200 companies of India put together. One company. And I think we may have a company like that many years later who can be able to match up to that size, because we have the potential. We are a 140 crore people country. We're a $3 trillion economy. I think the kind of opportunity which India has is unparalleled in the entire world today. And the kind of efforts, initiatives, reforms which this government has done and the governments of the past have done are going to take India to a new height. So invest in India, that should be the mantra.
Great. This is something super.
That's great. I like the statement कि पूरी दुनिया की प्यास बुझा सके इतना बड़ा कुआं है. That was a great learning, Nilesh. Now over to Pratik. जो हम लोगों का जो थीम है आज का कि रिस्क है तो इश्क है. Okay. So which one is true? रिस्क है तो इश्क है, प्रतीक, या इश्क है तो रिस्क है? What is true?
I guess both are equally true for me. I think that because if there is passion about something, then you don't even see the risk, because passion is the biggest driver in whatever that we do. And once the passion is on a driving seat, I guess everything is driven by the love. So risk और इश्क दोनों साथ में ही चलते हैं. But yeah, risk है तो इश्क है is equally good. That stands there for our life at large.
Oh, okay. प्रतीक, कभी इश्क हुआ?
हाँ, इश्क हुआ ना. मतलब इश्क के लिए भी हाँ. So I mean, जब इश्क हुआ था तब ऐसा लगता था कि यार ये मुलाकात, मतलब इश्क मेरा तो ऐसा हो गया था कि I kept chasing her for 2 years just for a coffee.
Oh.
तो मतलब मार्केट के जैसा ही हुआ था कि once I got invested, I had to have a lot of patience. That return.
That's amazing. कभी इश्क में रिस्क लगा कभी?
इश्क में रिस्क तो मेरा थिएटर के साथ लगा मुझे हमेशा कि एक ऐसा इश्क हो गया था वहाँ पर कि मैं कहीं भी जाऊँ, कुछ भी करूँ, I could not stay without theatre for a long time.
Okay.
Even after, at the cost of my sleep, at the cost of my family time, at the cost of my sometimes even my health, I kept doing theatre along with my full-time job and full-fledged traveling for 16 years.
My goodness. Okay.
And a city like Bombay, where you travel from Malad, Andheri to Vashi every day, and then go to your theatre for rehearsals and shows. I mean, I was almost considered as a psycho guy in the group. All my colleagues used to always ask me that, why are you doing this? It's not even paying you much. I understand your passion, but I mean, at what cost? You did not have any answer to this. So I guess that's the risk that I ran for a long time just because of my ishq.
Amazing. I mean, I don't know, but I really admire the passion, for the theater, And इसे बोला जाता है कि for any actor, a theater is a gym, where they build up their forte, where they build up their careers, मतलब जो भी build करना है तो theater is the one place where they build up the things. So Pratik, I really.
का काम ना craft है. मतलब acting is a craft. You have to constantly practice it.
Oh, okay, correct. Awesome. Nilesh, taking that risk wala thing. So market is that very much optimistic. I mean, I heard you. It's very wonderful. But when you sense the maximum risk, when the K10 was there in the terms of Ketan Parekh times, then Lehman thing happened, and then the pandemic, right, in 2020. So very at which point in time you thought that risk is maximum, and how you handled that?
Yeah, so I think clearly what it looked like was that I probably think that yes, that 2000-2002 period was honestly looking, the most risky kind of period. And there were many reasons for that, because global markets had tanked, the huge technology bubble had crashed. I think the fall in stock prices was a lot more. Recovery took a lot longer. In 2001, 9/11 happened. And then, of course, there was essentially the reminiscence of another stock market scam or something like that. So I think to me that 2000-2002 period looked probably the most risky, because there was geopolitical risk, there was financial risk, economic risk, all of that. So that period, according to me, looked the most risky, but it also gave me even a much bigger strength to see the market crashes in 2008, 2009, or even to see the market crash in 2020. So honestly, at very early stage of my life, I basically experienced a crash, experienced a bear market, which gave me the strength and the mettle to really kind of see those markets crash again in 2008 and 2020, and only probably emerge better and emerge stronger and maybe even emerge bolder from those experiences.
Oh, much good. Yeah, I have lost Pratik for a while. Nitesh bhai, can you please?
Sure. Nilesh?
One question I have for you, Nilesh. How you find the patience as a virtue in stock investing?
So I think, according to me, it's a very, very important virtue. No doubt about it. I don't think if you don't have the patience, I don't think you can afford to be an investor. Of course, and we have seen that investors who have been bullish with markets, who have been patient with their investments, over a period of time have done much better than investors who have lost nerve and basically have gone ahead and sold out when they see risk or when they see the crash. So I think, to me, as I said, Najar, which is essentially your ability to spot opportunities, your jigar, your strength, your conviction, and finally your sabr, your patience. I think these three are very, very important attributes to be a successful investor.
Okay. Pratik, one question for you. We heard that
Government, by announcing the delay of the release of the film, they are actually mitigating the risk, because scam has become such a big phenomena, and it's such a recent phenomena that it is still fresh in people's mind, audience's mind. At this moment, by announcing the delay of the release of the film, they are actually mitigating the risk, because scam has become such a big phenomena, and it's such a recent phenomena that it is still fresh in people's mind, audience's mind. And coming out with similar subject in a film is very, very risky. So it is good that they've taken this call to delay the release of the film. Mm-hmm. By the time, this memory should fade out by the time they should release it.
Okay.
So I guess, yes, that's how they are planning it.
But with the same thing in India, we have lots of scams. Okay, so by then some other scam 92 or them scam 2000 may come up again.
Yeah, why not? In fact, that's what I was discussing with the production team, Applause team, and even Sony, that they have created such an interesting IP right now, scam.
Scam, yeah.
And we are a country where we have a lot of scams. And I guess every year we have 2 more scams coming up.
So you have a huge order book, I can say that, in our terms.
I don't want to be optimistic and hopeful for this, but sadly this is the truth. So we have a lot of stories.
Now, Pratik, one more question. I know that you have not invested in the stock market yet. With Nilesh, Nitesh, and myself here, how we can reach you now?
I mean, I want to learn from you, yeah. I mean, this is the biggest thing for me. You tell me, I will reach out to you.
Pratik, do you believe in power of focus and perseverance? And did it yield for you?
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
Power of focus and perseverance, I guess these are the two, I would say these are two driving forces that works alongside the passion.
Okay.
And focus is very, very important, because I'm just taking an example. I'm using word focus in an absolute level for me as an actor. When I'm on stage, when I'm performing, or even when I'm on floor of a shoot or a film, when we are performing, we have to be so focused when we are creating a character, and there are so many distractions around us.
Okay.
There are constant distractions around us. But even after having so much of distraction, you have to be focused in whatever that you are doing. Give your 100%, and then only I can create that magic in the character that can touch the audience's heart. We go for almost, I mean, it's as good as a sales. कि आप 10 लोगों से मिलोगे तो 5 शायद बात करेंगे, 3 दूसरी बार बुलाएंगे, और 1 for auditions also it works similarly for us. Like if we go for 10 auditions, hardly 1 or 2 times we get successful. So that perseverance and focus, I guess, that is needed, that is given for this profession.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Awesome. Nitesh bhai.
Yeah. Pratik, how do you see the future of OTT versus cinema versus TV channel as an industry?
I think OTT has got a lot of things to offer yet. It has opened up another ocean to the world, even to the makers and the audience both. Cinemas are not going anywhere. Cinemas are there to stay, because there are certain films that you would want to watch as a community viewing, because cinema is a community viewing. There are 100 to 50 people watching something together. You all laugh together, you all clap together. That's another level of fun. Whereas OTT is a personalized viewing. It's an individual viewing. And now, television may be in a little difficult zone right now, because the way OTT is penetrating to even the remotest part of the country, thanks to the strong internet that is building every day. So OTT is the future for sure.
Okay. Nilesh, same question for you. What is the perspective of yours or emerging trends in the entertainment industry?
Yep. So I think clearly entertainment has been a very large opportunity. And I think over a period of time, different entertainment companies or media companies have had their own share of wonderful times and not so wonderful times as far as the markets go and with investors go. Unfortunately, we do not have too many of the listed companies out there who are focused on OTT. Or on media. There are, of course, 2 or 3 broadcasting companies which have some OTT product as well. But clearly, obviously, this is a space which is dominated by really the big boys here, which is Netflix, Amazon, all of them, which are not listed, of course, in India, which are listed abroad. And I think that one important thing which we should do, which basically our country had done in the 70s and 80s, probably the 1980s, is it had made mandatory for these kind of companies to list in India. So I think that when these kind of companies come into India, whether it is Amazon, Netflix, all of them, they come into India, they should be made to compulsorily list in India, so that as citizens, of course, we get to view their content, but we also basically as investors get to share their upside from basically the kind of business that they are building in India and the kind of potential which India has to offer. So I think that right now the opportunities and investors are limited in the entertainment world. But of course, there are companies which are listed globally. And then there may be some unlisted companies which are trying to build an OTT platform of their own, There could be regional platforms, local platforms. Maybe those are opportunities which are available on the unlisted space.
My question for Pratik, how do you constantly challenge yourself? What do you do? How do you challenge yourself all the time?
I guess I want to create different mistakes all the time, and that's how I want to challenge myself.
Mistakes in what level? Yeah.
Yeah, so at all the levels, because there are certain comfort zones. As an actor, if I say that this kind of scripts are my comfort zone, then I want to challenge myself with something which I can't even relate to, something which is very difficult or different than what I've done. So that's how I keep challenging myself. I keep challenging myself with by putting myself in different formats at a time. Like I'm shooting for a series, and then immediately I will switch over to a film, then to a regional film, and then to a theatre also. So that is another part. I'm also, trying to get involved in different languages, because as each and every language has a writing and reading grammar, it has a performance grammar also.
Okay.
So like all this while I was a part of largely Gujarati theatre. One day when Mohan's Masala, the play that I do, which is a monologue of 2 hours, I decided to do a monologue in English. See, English is not my first language.
No.
It's not that I constantly think in English.
Correct.
So to perform in English on stage for 2 hours as a monologue is going to be a different challenge for an actor. And that's how I challenge myself by doing that. Then the moment I overcame, I decided to go one step further. And at one point when we got a date at Prithvi, I performed the same day in 3 different languages in one day. Morning 11 o'clock it was in Gujarati, 4 o'clock show was in Hindi, and 8 o'clock show was in English.
That's why you entered into the Limca Book of Records also.
Yeah, so by doing such things, by constantly challenging yourself, creating something new, it's more than enough to get that satisfaction of challenge.
Correct. Pratik, one more question to you. Who's inspiring you? Amitabh Bachchan, Charlie Chaplin, or Pratik Gandhi himself?
Oh, that's a very tricky one, because my expectation from myself is, I guess, it's so much that is constantly inspiring me, that is constantly pushing me to achieve newer heights or to make newer experiments. So yes, a big chunk of inspiration comes from my own self.
Okay. Nilesh, same question. How do you constantly challenge yourself?
I think I don't think I need to challenge myself. Mr. Market is there to challenge me every day.
Yeah, I was about to give you the answer for that only.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, we don't need, market is our playground. It's our pitch. It is our opposition. It is essentially our co-players, co-team members. It is the umpire. It is the judge. Everything. It is the scorecard keeper. You name it. And Mr. Market basically can play that role for you.
Yeah. That's a wonderful answer, Nilesh. That's really great answer. Pratik, Abhishek Jain, our young director from our own Jito family, actually. He's a son of Tarachandji Jain, actually. And he has played a wonderful role, actually. And, getting the new breeds into the industry. Would you like to say something about Abhishek?
We started our journey almost together. I was a part of Deyar. Deyar was my first film. And as I keep saying that Deyar changed a lot of things for a lot of people. Like me, Divyang, Abhishek himself, there are a lot of things changed. And industry per se, at large. Because Deyar, I guess, was the first film that got entry for Gujarati cinema in multiplexes. Audience and youngsters have started watching things. So yes, I keep calling Abhishek Pitama of Gujarati cinema.
Oh, superb.
He was a huge change agent. He changed things, and I guess that's what I like about him: his energy, his passion, and he strive for experiment. So let's do this. Let's do something new. Let's do something new. So and of course, I mean, he's coming from a business family, so there is a constant streak of that entrepreneurship inside him, which is a brilliant thing that works for him. And Abhishek, I guess, I'm sure you all must be knowing about it. I've just read and understood this theory, that blue ocean theory, red ocean and blue ocean. So Abhishek, I created that blue ocean in Gujarati cinema, and that's where things change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, he got all the youngsters to drive to the cinema, actually, Gujarati cinema, which was not there before. I think the Abhishek got this change in the field.
Perfect.
Oh yes, all credits to him. All credits to him, his guts and his passion.
Milind bhai, over to you.
Yeah. Nilesh, I have one question for you. We have a lot many people in our fraternity who are deeply investing in real estate and gold and jewelry. Okay. So how you see, especially real estate industry per se? Yeah.
No, I clearly think that, the best of times for real estate are behind us. Okay. It doesn't look to be now. Real estate is the place where it's good to basically maybe just park your money and maybe look at how can you get interest, can you get returns which are slightly better than bank FD over a period of time. That is the only way one should look at it. But those days, I think, of massive appreciation and all of that in real estate, I think those days are behind us. And you'll have to just basically make an investment thinking that can you get some bank FD rate plus some extra return on that. I don't think there's anything more there on real estate. The big disadvantage about real estate, of course, is the illiquidity, that you can't basically exit out of real estate when you want to. So you can afford to only park that kind of money in real estate, which you probably don't need for the next 5, 10, 15 years. That is something which you have to keep in mind as an investor.
Okay. So that's a good intake for us. One more important point I want to ask you. Now, there are certain industry, okay, which doesn't require much of a balance sheet expansion. So do you have any take on those sector or particular companies or particular businesses?
Yeah. So those are the best businesses to invest in. Times have changed. Earlier, we would all look at companies which basically had a lot of money so that they could make the investment to create capacity and all of that. But keep in mind today that money and capital is become a commodity. Okay, with interest rates where they are, it has no value in the sense that from a cost of capital, the cost of capital has become insignificant. Okay. So therefore, the whole world has moved towards betting on businesses which really don't require too much of capital. So the big wealth creators in the United States, the FANG stocks, essentially don't need capital. They throw so much of capital, they throw so much of cash back to you as investors. And they've used this cash flows to basically grow the other businesses. Similarly, in India, I think we have to find those kind of businesses. Consumer businesses, one big opportunity where they do not need too much of capital to grow. They can outsource, they can get the products manufactured by somebody else, and they can focus on all the intangibles, the brands, the distribution network, the brand experience, customer experience, all the intangibles. So I think consumer is one big space. Our technology services companies, they don't need capital. They keep giving you actually so much of dividends. They do so much of buyback. In fact, practically all the big technology companies listed in India have all announced big buybacks of several thousand crores. So that's another one sector which does not need capital. Pharma is again one sector which needs, of course, capital. You need to set up manufacturing capabilities, but essentially the payoffs are significantly higher in a pharma business. That you discover a drug or you're able to launch a generic drug, the payoffs are significantly larger. So to my mind, consumer, technology, pharma, healthcare, wellness are all businesses which have tremendous growth potential, fantastic prospects, and need very limited capital for growth.
Okay. And about the insurance space?
Excellent business. I think, our penetration levels of insurance are very low. They are all pretty much low single digit. So be it life insurance, general insurance, health insurance, these are some of the things which have now become a very basic necessity. And I think this aspect has got even more amplified in COVID times, where there was essentially fear of life, fear of health, fear of your well-being. And that is essentially an environment where more and more people have gone ahead and tried to have more insurance, be it their own life insurance, their health insurance. So I think as a business, insurance has tremendous potential. Number one. Number two, it's very rare that a business where somebody actually becomes your customer and he's your customer for the next 20, 25 years.
Oh.
Every year for the next 20, 25 years, he keeps paying you premium. And that's the beauty of essentially an insurance business. So it's a business with tremendous potential, huge under penetration, and therefore can be a very rewarding investment over the long term.
Okay. So Pratik, if you're thinking of investing, so here are the tips for you.
Oh yes, I'm learning carefully.
Okay, now we have a quick fire questions. First to Pratik. You have to just give one answer. Okay, what you like, theater or film?
Theater.
Okay, jalebi or fafda?
Actually, the combination works.
Okay, now more simpler question. Kashmiri kawa या फिर सुलेमानी चाय?
This is very difficult. मुझे दोनों में इन्वेस्ट करना होगा तो.
Okay, Lexus or Mercedes?
सुलेमानी चाय.
सुलेमानी चाय. Okay, okay. Lexus or Mercedes?
नई वाली Lexus के बारे में बहुत सुना है.
Okay. And which character was very strong, Sucheta or Ashwin?
हर्षद और अश्विन.
Sucheta or Ashwin?
हाँ तो क्या sorry, I didn't get the question.
I mean, which was the strong character after Harshad, Sucheta or Ashwin?
I would say Ashwin.
Ashwin. Okay. Now, Nilesh, for you, equity or gold?
Equity.
Okay. Risk or safety?
Risk or?
Safety.
Risk or nifty?
Nifty. Safety.
Nifty.
Okay.
Risk or safety?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, I think both. I think it's a combination.
It's a combination. Okay. NSE or NYSE?
NSE.
Okay. Bull or bear?
Bull.
Okay. Now last, Pratik or Harshad?
Pratik.
Okay, super awesome. We have wonderful time.
In fact, Nilesh has seen the series of Pratik after being into this program actually. So Pratik, actually you made one new somebody who's been following you now, new follower in the name of Nilesh actually.
Oh my God, sir. Thank you very much. That's a big thing coming from you. And I'm so sorry, guys, because I am in such a bad network area. I'm in the deep jungle of heat that I could not connect to you properly. But nevertheless, we had good chat. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I just want to put on record, we have Nayan Jain with us, son of Tarachandji Jain from Ahmedabad. So Nayan has helped us in developing this program. I mean, he ensured everything in place. So thank you, Nayan, so much. Thank you. Nayan, would you like to add something?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now,
everyone enjoyed this meeting interaction with Mr. Nileshji and Pratik Gandhi.
Okay, very good. Ajay bhai, over to Ajay bhai.
Yeah, thank you, Milind bhai. Now, Pratik ji, are you there? There are a lot of questions. Can we ask a couple of questions to you, Pratik ji?
Sure.
Yeah, the first one is from me. I have been your greatest fan. So, अगर हर्षद मेहता आपके सामने होते, तो आप उनको क्या सलाह देते?
मैं तो उनसे सलाह लेता कि कहाँ इन्वेस्ट.
Okay. Yeah. And while doing this series, is there anything that you liked about him, of that character? मतलब हर्षद मेहता के जो character है, anything in particular that you think you like the most out of that character?
I guess the quality that I like the most is about his passion and his risk-taking ability.
Okay, sure. Okay, good. Thank you. आपके लिए क्वेश्चन है, यहाँ पे जो अटेंडेंस है काफी सारा है, उसमें एक क्वेश्चन है कि हंसल जी मेहता, who is your director? Do you want to share anything about your experience while working with him?
So Hansal Mehta is a gem of a person and he is an actor's director. मतलब वो एक ऐसे डायरेक्टर हैं जो एक्टर को इतनी छूट देते हैं, इतनी स्पेस देते हैं that you create your character to the core from your own experience with your own craft and all, and he makes you so comfortable that rest of the things work like magic. And I guess he is another guy who is ready to take risk.
Hmm.
And that's what I told him. जब ये सीरीज रिलीज हुई, जब सबने बहुत पसंद किया इसे, और जब मुझे इतना सारा अप्रिसिएशन मिला, मैंने अंतर सर को यही पूछा था कि सर व्हाट मेड यू टेक दैट रिस्क विद मी? Because even though I have my own experience, I've been working since last 15 years on theatre, in regional cinema and all. But making such a project with a new face like me for mainstream is a huge risk that he took.
Yes. Oh. तो उनका जवाब क्या था फिर?
So he can be the person who works like this.
Oh, okay. That's good. Excellent. Very, very good to know. Now, a cool trader, there is a person who logged in as cool trader. His question to you is, what do you think about Satish Kaushik's character as Manu Mundra, the Bear Cartel? आपका उनके बारे में क्या view है? He didn't specify whether as an actor or as a character. As a character लिखा है, sorry, as a character.
As a character ही होगा, because as an actor तो सतीश जी बहुत ही brilliant है. इनको शायद इस book में हमने कभी देखा ही नहीं था.
Yes.
As a character, I guess, मतलब ये बेयर वाला तो सिस्टम ही बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा मुझे. तो बेयर और बुल जब मैंने समझना शुरू किया था इसके बारे में, so there are certain people with positive attitude who want to take the market ahead, and there are certain people who are pessimists who want to earn from the downfall of the market. So that thought process per se doesn't resonate with my thought process completely. So पहले तो वो ही एक ऐसा distinct difference है where I can't connect with such characters in life.
Okay, good. और एक और क्वेश्चन है वो कि आपने जो रील, you have been now an established celebrity. So Anurup ji Singhi from Jaipur, he is asking, Pratik ji, what's the most convincing message you wish to convey to all through your real life? He is our convener also, Anurup ji. Yeah.
Okay. So to all my viewers, to all the people who have appreciated my work, to all the people those who have watched me, the message is coming from, I don't know, it's a message. I just want to share something from the recent experience that I have had, and I guess we all have had about the last year that we have, about this pandemic. And me and my entire family, we have gone through this in the month of July, and by God's grace, by a lot of prayers, it came out also. But this entire experience had taught me something that I want to share. That we should not be taking ourselves so seriously. We are just a tiny little part of the whole big universe.
I see. Okay. Okay. Now, other question is from Dipesh Parmar ji. It is for Nilesh ji. Then just 1 second. Now, other question for you, Pratik ji, is that if you were to advise to the youth, now based on your passion and what you have gone through to pursue your dream and to chase your passion, what's your message for the youths of today, youths of India?
Of India, I guess there's only one thing, that hard work. There is no substitute for hard work.
Okay. I see. Okay.
So
Thank you.
I guess this one sentence is more than enough to achieve anything that you want to achieve in life. Just be that, keep doing it without becoming bitter. And that's it.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. Now, मेरी तरफ से एक और एक क्वेश्चन है. आपका जो जब भी वो सीरियल देखते हैं, one thing comes across is it looks like you are living the character. आप उसमें पूरा हर्षद मेहता ही है सामने, ऐसा लगता है. तो I'm sure a lot of nuances would have got in, but what is the secret in your opinion as an actor? How and why does it come across as if it's real? So what's your secret about it, which you can share?
So my secret is that I don't act once the director says action.
Oh,
just
okay.
react and try to make that moment real is what I do.
Oh, okay.
I guess that works largely with me.
I see. Okay. That's excellent. Very good. Good. There are many other questions. We'll just take a few for Nilesh ji also. Nilesh ji, the question to you is, long term you have said about the one specific question, Nilesh ji, which is the best place to invest, Nifty or company specific stock?
I think company specific stock, undoubtedly.
Okay. Any specific reason why?
No, because Nifty, you have a basket of 50 companies, but if you have the ability to spot the big winner among the 50, then you would always want to bet essentially on an individual stock. The payoffs can be significantly large. When you have a collection of 50 companies, some will work, some will not work. The outcome will only be an average, whereas you want to be above average.
Okay, sure. Now, Nilesh ji, next question is from Akshay Ji Shah. Where do you see the market from here in the short term and the long term perspective?
very tough to predict about the short term. I think short term there can be volatility. We've had a fantastic 2020, especially from the lows of March to the way markets have ended in December and started off in January. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some volatility. There could be a small correction. These are very, again, part and parcel of very normal market moves. But one should, again, not be too worried about that. Keep a focus on the very long term. That is essentially the best way to make money, to create wealth. And I think over the long term, the best of times for India are yet to come. The best of times still lie ahead of us.
Sure. Thank you. The next question from Pankaj Patni. What's your view about the public sector companies?
Public sector companies, essentially, I think they have been facing challenges of the way they are managed. And of course, they are not as productive and as efficient as some of the private companies. The government has undertaken a massive divestment program. A lot of leading companies are about to be disinvested or privatized, or where the government is willing to give control to a private player. So if these kind of events happen, then there can be a huge possibility of a turnaround, and that could essentially kind of create a lot of appreciation opportunities. But again, investors will have to be very patient, because disinvestment is something on which you cannot put a timeline to. It can take maybe a month, it can take a year, or it may take even a few years. So I think one has to be very careful about that. But nevertheless, if you're willing to be patient, I think privatization is a fait accompli. It's inevitable.
Sure. Question to Pratik ji. Pratik ji, if you are still there.
Yes, Pratik bhai is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pratik ji, what people want to know what's next. What do we and when do we get to see you?
Soon enough, sir. There are a lot of things which are in pipeline now. I'm already shooting for something with Abhishek only, so that should come first now in 2021. And then there are other mainstream projects like Hindi films and web series are in pipeline, which I'll be shooting in next couple of months.
Okay.
So that should come up soon.
Yes.
And I'll keep you all updated.
Sure. Now, as you know, you have connected with Jito and the Jito fraternity, which is 15,000 large organization and the group. And we have the Nayanji Jain and Abhishek ji, who have picked up the winners of tomorrow like you. So, your association with us, there are lots of fans around here. I would say almost everybody is a fan. It's a huge family. So we look forward to, more such engagements. But before we go to the next questions, Milind bhai? Yes.
Yeah, I just was going to tell Pratik something. That taking a cue from you, we are seeing a great industry taking a shape ahead. So we will have lots of professionals there. So we will have one vertical in Jito Professional Forum. That will be media and entertainment. So that's the cue that we got today. And Nilesh ji also said that there is good opportunity in this sector. So Ajay bhai, you have something addition to your list now.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Thank you. No, Nitesh ji, over to you. I think there are a lot of questions which for Nilesh ji, but before that, there is one announcement, I think. Ajmera ji, are you there? Mr. Ashok ji Ajmera, who is here, he'll just has some announcement to make.
Is there?
Yeah, Ajmera ji, please go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. It's a very interesting show which is going on. And sorry for interruption. I just want to make an announcement. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Please go ahead, Ajmera ji, quickly. Yes. Yeah. Quickly, please, if you can.
Yes. So JPF is the professional partner for the discussion on the Union Budget 2021, which is going to be placed on 1st of February 2021. So on the 1st February in the evening at 6:30, under the aegis of International Waste Federation, we are having a regular meeting. Every year we have it on the 1st of February only. This time JPF is the professional partner. BAC is the knowledge partner of this. And we have three strong speakers, Shri Ramdevji Agrawal, SP Tulsian, Vimal Punimia, and I am going to moderate this entire budget session. So I cordially invite all the Jito JPF members and everyone who is present here to attend. This will be a virtual program on Zoom, like what we are having today. And the Zoom link will be sent to everyone. So please do join. It will be a very interesting discussion for about 2.5 hours with three strong speakers on Union Budget, unfolding the provisions of Union Budget 2021. And as I understand, this budget is going to be a very, very important budget, a budget of the decade.
Thank you. Thank you,
So,
Ajmer Haji.
I invite everyone. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Ajmer Haji. Over to you, Nitesh ji.
Thank you, Ajmer ji, for the.
Can I take this one question here?
I think
audience?
Ajmer Haji, we are probably running behind time a little bit, and plus I think so we'll do it. Maybe if we request Nilesh ji, if you can answer through the chat. There are a lot of questions which are there.
One question, Ajay ji, to Nilesh ji.
Yeah.
That it is said that nothing succeeds like success. And the same was the story in case of Harshad Mehta also. And same is happening today with that 0.1% of the investors who are so lucky. So what do you say? I mean, it's only that after the success you come and speak to the people, or we can hear some of those 99.9% failure stories also in this market. Should we?
Okay. Nilesh ji? Yes.
I didn't get the question.
No, the question is that it's only the 0.1% of the successful people who have made the money from this market that everybody hears about them and from them. But what is the lesson for them who are losing, those 99.9% people?
So the lessons are pretty much the same what we have discussed in this entire program. That you essentially need to have a lot of, apart from, of course, awareness and all of that, you need to have a more long-term perspective. You need to be able to invest in quality stocks. You need to ensure that you make the right investments. You need to have patience. You need to have perseverance. You need to have essentially the lot of strength to be able to ride out the volatility. I think these are some of the qualities which I think can make a difference between success and failure in the market. And that I think is essentially the difference which is essentially there between this 1% and the rest 99%.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nilesh. Thank you very much for your such a beautiful time and such a beautiful advice you have given to all the viewers over here. We have questions Nilesh can answer on emails if possible. Yeah. So now I'll call upon Shri Amitji Bhatia. Is there, Amitji? Secretary Jito Gujarat Zone. Could you see Amitji? Amitji, can you deliver the vote of thanks?
Yeah. Thank you, Nitesh ji. Thank you, Jito Professional Forum, for organizing such a wonderful program where everyone of us could be educated and we can hear the brilliant perspective of Indian stock markets from Nilesh. What's going to happen in next 5 years, whether it's going to be a 5 trillion economy or a $10 trillion economy. And thank you, Pratik ji, for giving us a brilliant perspective on screen of Harshad Mehta. Thank you everyone from Jito Apex, Ajay ji, Kushal ji Bansali for being a wonderful chairman to Gujarat's chapter. Thank you everyone. Namaskar.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. Milind bhai, final words from you? Yes.
Extremely thankful to Nayan again, once again. And Nitesh, you pulled out the things in a very short term. And Pratik has.
That's why we really enjoy listening to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay then. So we will, with that, I think we are close to the conclusion of the session. Thank you everyone. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's catch up soon again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Risk है तो risk है. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's catch up soon again. Thank you.
Thank you.